Now, may I invite the first group to join the stage with such an interesting topic about a liver model using 3D printing technology assisted for surgeons' preoperative preparation from Mr. Thanin Assawalertsakul.
Okay. Good morning. I am Thanin Assawalertsakul from Phramongkutklao University. Today I would like to share my research, a liver model using 3D printing technology assisted for surgeon preoperative preparation. The liver cancer is the leading cause of cancer death worldwide, also in Thailand. And normally, the surgeon adopts computer tomography scan or CT scan for preoperative planning. And some of them use 3D reconstructed model for preoperative planning. And the 3D printed model might help visualizing the depth, the dimension, and the spatial relationship between the intrahepatic structure, and might help them in the complex case of liver tumor. The method or method including segmentation, simplification, 3D printing, mold making, and casting. The segmentation technique is the process that we use CT scan, and we do the segmentation to separate the organ that we want from the CT image to become the 3D model. The segmentation techniques that I use are region growing and manual editing. I do the segmentation in the software called materialized mimics. The CT scan of the patient with hepatoblastoma was imported into the mimics to do the segmentation. This is I do the segmentation for the tumor, which is the pink area, and the blood vessel, which is the blue area, and the liver parenchyma is the green. For the blood vessel, it has many of artifacts, and others have some artifacts, especially in the blood vessel model that have many artifacts and irregular shape, and has many unconnected parts due to the low quality of the CT image. Due to the artifacts and unconnected part in the blood vessel model, we decided that the blood vessel model cannot be printed. So we decided to make a tube that based on the draft model. I do this in the software called Blender. This tube can be adjust the size, the curve, and the shape of the tube to make it overlap into the draft model from the mimics. And the two other models, I just remove some artifacts and smooth the outer surface. This is a digital model. And next, the 3D printing. The technique that I use for 3D printing is the fused deposition method, which is this is the plastic, wool or plastic that was melted by the heater into the to create the model layer by layer. And when the model is cooling down, it becomes the solid. So this is the blood vessel model and tumor model using the material TPU. And this is the liver parenchyma using the PLA. The TPU material is a flexible material, while the PLA is solid material. The flexible material that we use is, I think, is suitable for the internal part of the liver, while the PLA that is more solid is suitable for the outer part of the liver. And this is how we making a mold of the tumor. We make the mold by creating the modeling clay and cut the silicone and pour the silicone. We make it the same with the liver, and this is a silicone tumor. And for the blood vessel, we create a hole behind the mold to put the blood vessel and tumor inside and pour the silicone. And this is the silicone that we use. And for the results, the 3D printed model tend to be smaller than the digital model because when it's cooling down, it becomes shrink. And the silicone model has some minimal change from the 3D printed. And after that, I met the surgeon, which is the hepatologist and the abdominal surgeon, to ask them that about the perception and relationship between the intrahepatic structure, comparison among the 3D printed model, 3D reconstructed model, and CT scan, and rate that how useful is the 3D model. The response from the hepatologist, he preferred the CT scan, but the abdominal surgeon that believed that the 3D model and the 3D reconstructed model would be have the benefit of better spatial relationship between the intrahepatic structure. And they agree that the 3D printed liver is useful in the complex case of liver tumor. Yeah, and the conclusion, there are some inaccuracy of FDM 3D printed. And thank you. Have any question?
Now we proceed to question and answer session.
Okay.
Can we have a question from judges?
Yeah, so this is the question from Dr. Piya. So what are the possible causes of the inaccuracy of the FDM 3D printing? So what do you think?
FDM printing is, the accuracy is about the first of the 3D printing itself. When it prints, it is become solid first, and when it cool down, it become little bit shrink when it cool down. So the final model will be smaller a little bit.
Hello. Okay. For the CT scan, it's not the 2D, but it's a 3D. And what is the benefit of the model to superior than the CT scan with the 3D reconstruction?
First model is the 3D we see in the picture, but for the model that, as you can see in the front of you, is we can see the size and the dimension in the model that have the spatial relationship inside the hepatic.
I know, right? The model is developed from the CT scan picture.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the advantage point of the model is more than the 3D reconstruction from the CT scan?
The model we printed can be we have the goal that the surgeon can practice, like they can cut the model to see that inside when we do the hepatectomy, how the liver can change after we do the surgery.
So how long will it take to make the model? Because some type of the tumor, so we need to do the surgery right away. We don't have much time, for molding and casting the model.
It is about 3 days. 3 days to make the model.
Excuse me, that's the end of your presentation. Thank you for an interesting topic and research. So now let's take a moment for judges to scoring. So now let's move on to the next research.